The 1990s marked a transformative era in the landscape of hip-hop. This decade saw the rise of artists who were storytellers, their narratives deeply rooted in the realities of urban life and its complexities. These artists brought to life gangster rap that was not just music, but a part of their lifestyle, as they themselves were feared members of gangs.
LA gangs, you join a LA gang when you're 12, 13 years old, and you build a bond.
Among these were iconic figures like Tupac, MC Hammer, Snoop Dogg, and Eazy-E, each bringing their unique voice and experience as part of gangs to the forefront of the music scene.
When I die, there'll be bullets and gun smoke. You don't like my lifestyle.
In this period, hip-hop was a voice for the voiceless, a channel for expressing the struggles, aspirations, and realities of life in America's inner cities. The streets, with their harsh truths and unspoken codes, played a pivotal role in shaping the music and the artist. Gang culture, in particular, was a significant element, not just as a theme in the lyrics, but as a lived experience for many of these artists. Their affiliations, whether direct or peripheral, with street gangs, added a layer of authenticity to their music, resonating with audiences who saw their own lives reflected in the verses. The gang affiliations of these artists were often sensationalized in the media, overshadowing their musical talents and contributions to the culture. Yet, these affiliations also gave their music a raw edge, a truth that could not be ignored or sanitized for mainstream consumption. The 1990s hip-hop scene was also marked by rivalries, most notably the East Coast-West Coast feud, which many believe was fueled by gang rivalries. This feud brought to the forefront the deep-seated tensions within the hip-hop community, tensions that were reflective of the larger societal issues of race, class, and power. Let us delve into the stories of these artists as we explore not just their music, but their journeys, their struggles, their triumphs, and their affiliation to gangs. Tupac.
First off, in the click you claim West Side.
Tupac Shakur, known globally as Tupac, was a cultural icon whose influence extended far beyond the world of hip-hop. Born into a milieu of social unrest and activism, Tupac's artistry was a reflection of his life experiences, deeply intertwined with the realities of street life and its associated gang culture. His music, a potent mix of lyrical depth and raw emotion, painted a vivid picture of the struggles and aspirations of African-American youth, resonating with authenticity and urgency. Tupac's narrative was one of complexity and contradiction. On one hand, he was a vocal advocate for social justice, using his platform to address issues of racial inequality, poverty, and police brutality. On the other, he was often embroiled in controversies that seemed to underscore his alleged connections with the Bloods. These affiliations, while never officially confirmed by Tupac himself, were a significant aspect of his public persona, adding a layer of intrigue and authenticity to his music. Songs like California Love and Hit 'Em Up were anthems that echoed the sentiments of a generation grappling with the realities of life in America's inner cities. Tupac's ability to articulate the pain, anger, and hope of this generation made him a revered figure in the hip-hop community. His lyrics, often laced with references to gang life, were a reflection of his deep understanding of and connection to the streets. However, Tupac's life was not without its challenges. His rise to fame was marked by a series of legal troubles and violent incidents, many of which were linked to his supposed gang affiliations. These incidents not only added to his notoriety, but also painted a picture of a man caught between his artistry and the harsh realities of the world he came from. One of the most defining aspects of Tupac's career was his involvement in the East Coast-West Coast hip-hop rivalry of the 1990s. This feud, which many believe was fueled by gang rivalries, saw Tupac at its center, defending his West Coast affiliations against East Coast artists. His participation in this feud, marked by a series of diss tracks and public confrontations, was a manifestation of the deeper gang affiliations that permeated the hip-hop scene. Tupac's untimely death in 1996, in a drive-by shooting in Las Vegas, remains one of the most tragic and defining moments in hip-hop history. His death not only marked the loss of a great artist, but also highlighted the dangerous intersections of fame, gang culture, and the music industry. The mystery surrounding his murder, which remains unsolved, has only added to his legend, making him a martyr-like figure in the world of hip-hop. Tupac's legacy continues to endure, his music and story a testament to the indelible mark he left on the world of hip-hop and beyond. He remains a symbol of the power of music to reflect, challenge, and transform the narratives of our time. MC Hammer. MC Hammer, born Stanley Kirk Burrell, is often remembered for his flashy pants and catchy tunes like You Can't Touch This. But there's much more to his story, especially his connections to the street and gang culture. Hammer's journey from a boyhood in Oakland to a global pop sensation was a tale of talent, tenacity, and the influence of the streets. Growing up in East Oakland, Hammer was no stranger to the realities of street life. The neighborhood, known for its economic hardships and gang presence, played a significant role in shaping his early years. Despite the challenging environment, Hammer found solace and expression in music and dance, talents that would eventually catapult him to fame. However, his rise to stardom was not without its encounters with the harsher aspects of street life. In the early stages of his career, Hammer's connections to the local community and street elements were instrumental in his ascent. He was known for employing people from his neighborhood, some of whom were involved in gangs, as part of his entourage. This approach not only provided opportunities for those from his community, but also gave Hammer a degree of street credibility, which was a valuable asset in the hip-hop scene of the time. Hammer's music, characterized by its upbeat tempo and dance-friendly beats, was a stark contrast to the emerging gangsta rap genre that artists like NWA were popularizing. Yet, despite the mainstream appeal and family-friendly image, Hammer's background and connections to street life remained an integral part of his identity. He was respected in the streets for his realness and his commitment to his root, a respect that he maintained even as he soared to the heights of pop fame. Interestingly, Hammer's gang connections came into the spotlight during his infamous feud with rap group Third Bass. The conflict, which played out in diss tracks and public exchanges, hinted at a tougher, street-savvy side of Hammer that was often overshadowed by his pop persona. This episode revealed that beneath the dance routines and catchy hooks, Hammer was not someone to be taken lightly, a testament to his street-smart background. Despite his success, Hammer faced financial struggles later in his career, a downfall that many attribute to his lavish spending and large entourage. However, even in these challenging times, Hammer's connection to his community and his streetwise sensibilities were evident. He remained grounded in the values and experiences of his upbringing, using his platform to give back to his community and to speak on issues affecting the streets. Today, MC Hammer is remembered not just as a pop icon, but as a figure who bridged the worlds of mainstream music and street culture. His story is a reminder that the glitz and glamour of fame often have roots in more humble, gritty beginnings. Snoop Dogg.
Attitude. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot. Pop it like it's hot.
Snoop Dogg, born Calvin Cortazar Broadus Jr., stands as one of the most recognizable figures in hip-hop, known for his laid-back flow and deep connections to the Crips, a prominent street gang. Growing up in the early 1970s in Long Beach, Snoop was exposed to the realities of gang life from a young age. The environment of his youth was marked by economic hardship, violence, and the pervasive presence of gangs. It was in this setting that Snoop's affiliation with the Rollin' Twenties Crips began, an association that would significantly impact his life and career. Snoop's entry into the hip-hop world was marked by his unique style, a smooth, laid-back flow that contrasted sharply with the aggressive, hard-hitting style of much of the gangsta rap at the time. His debut album, Doggy Style, released in 1993, was a critical and commercial success, introducing the world to his distinctive sound and persona. However, it was not just his music that caught the public's attention. It was also his authentic representation of gang life and culture. Songs like Gin and Juice and Who Am I? What's My Name? were narratives that offered a glimpse into the life of the streets of Long Beach. Snoop's lyrics, infused with references to his Crips affiliation, resonated with an authenticity that could only come from someone who had lived that reality. His music became a voice for those within the gang culture, as well as a window into that world for those on the outside. Snoop's career, however, was not without its challenges. His gang affiliations brought him into legal troubles, most notably in 1993, when he was charged with murder following a gang-related shooting. The trial, which ended in his acquittal, brought national attention to the intersection of hip-hop, gang culture, and the legal system. This incident underscored the complex relationship between Snoop's artistry and his gang ties. Despite these challenges, Snoop's influence in the hip-hop world continued to grow. He became known as a cultural icon, his persona embodying the essence of the West Coast hip-hop scene. His collaborations with other artists, including Dr. Dre and Tupac Shakur, further cemented his status as a key figure in the genre. Snoop's evolution over the years has seen him branch out into other ventures, including acting and business. But his roots in the streets of Long Beach and his Crips affiliation remain a core part of his identity. His journey reflects the transformative power of music as a means of expression and escape from the harsh realities of street life. Eazy-E.
Hey yo, doctor, here's another proper track and it's fat, watch the sniper.
Eazy-E, born Eric Lynn Wright, is often hailed as the godfather of gangsta rap, a title he earned through his groundbreaking work with NWA and his unapologetic portrayal of street life in his music. His journey from the streets of Compton to becoming a pivotal figure in hip-hop shows a man of raw talent, entrepreneurial spirit, and deep connections to gang culture. Growing up in Compton, California, Eazy-E was exposed to the harsh realities of gang life from a young age. The city, known for its high crime rates and gang activity, was a hotbed for the emergence of gangsta rap, a genre that Eazy-E would come to define. His affiliation with the Kelly Park Compton Crips was a significant influence on his music and public persona. Eazy-E's foray into the music industry was marked by his entrepreneurial approach. In 1986, he co-founded Ruthless Records, a label that would become instrumental in the rise of gangsta rap. His debut album, Easy Does It, released in 1988, was a commercial success, introducing the world to his distinctive voice and unfiltered portrayal of life in Compton. The lyrics of Eazy-E's songs were a stark departure from the mainstream hip-hop of the time. Tracks like Boys in the Hood and Real G's were raw, unvarnished accounts of the violence, trade, and daily struggles of gang life. His music was a reflection of his experiences, offering an unflinching look at the realities of the streets. Eazy-E's role in NWA further solidified his status as a pioneer of gangsta rap. The group's debut album, Straight Outta Compton, released in 1988, was a cultural phenomenon, its explicit content and portrayal of police brutality sparking both acclaim and controversy. Eazy-E's contributions to the album, both as a performer and a producer, were integral to its success and its impact on the hip-hop genre. However, Eazy-E's connections to gang life and his portrayal of it in his music were not without consequences. He faced criticism and scrutiny from the media and law enforcement, with many accusing him of glorifying violence and criminality. Despite this, Eazy-E remained unapologetic, insisting that his music was a truthful representation of his experiences and those of many others in inner-city communities. Eazy-E's influence extended beyond his music. He was a mentor to many upcoming artists, including Bone Thugs-n-Harmony, and was known for his philanthropic efforts in his community. His untimely death in 1995 from complications of AIDS was a significant loss to the hip-hop community and brought attention to the AIDS epidemic among African American communities. Today, Eazy-E is remembered as a trailblazer in hip-hop, his legacy living on through his music and the artists he influenced. His story a reminder of the power of music to give voice to the voiceless. The Notorious B.I.G.
Yeah.
The Notorious B.I.G., born Christopher Wallace, was a central figure in the East Coast hip-hop scene, renowned for his storytelling abilities and his vivid portrayals of street life. His journey from the streets of Brooklyn to becoming one of the most revered figures in hip-hop history is a narrative of immense talent, resilience, and the stark realities of gang involvement. Growing up in the Bedford-Stuyvesant area of Brooklyn, Biggie Smalls, as he was also known, was surrounded by the challenges of inner-city life. The environment of his youth, characterized by poverty and crime, played a crucial role in shaping his worldview and, subsequently, his music. His early involvement in drug dealing was a testament to the limited options available to many youths in his neighborhood, a theme that would prominently feature in his lyrics. Biggie's debut album, Ready to Die, released in 1994, was a groundbreaking work that brought the struggles of the streets to the forefront of hip-hop. Tracks like Juicy and Big Papa showcased his exceptional storytelling skills, weaving tales of ambition, survival, and the harsh realities of life in Brooklyn. His deep, commanding voice and effortless flow made his narratives all the more compelling, resonating with authenticity and raw emotion. Biggie's music was not only a reflection of his personal experiences, but also a window into the broader experiences of African Americans in urban settings. His lyrics often touched on themes of violence, trade, and the pursuit of success against all odds. These themes, coupled with his candid portrayal of his own life, painted a vivid picture of the complexities of street life. The notorious B.I.G.'s rise to fame was also marked by his involvement in the infamous East Coast-West Coast rivalry, a feud that dominated the hip-hop scene in the mid-1990s. His rivalry with West Coast rapper Tupac Shakur became a defining aspect of both artists' careers, with their diss tracks and public exchanges capturing the attention of the hip-hop community and beyond. This feud, often linked to gang rivalries, added a layer of tension and danger to the narrative of hip-hop during this era. Tragically, Biggie's life and career were cut short when he was murdered in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles in 1997. His death, coming just 6 months after Tupac's, was a devastating blow to the hip-hop community and marked the end of a tumultuous chapter in the genre's history. The mystery surrounding his murder, which remains unsolved, has only added to his legend, making him a symbol of the potential and perils of life in the spotlight. Today, the notorious B.I.G. is celebrated as one of the greatest rappers of all time. His music a lasting testament to his extraordinary talent and the impact of his storytelling. His legacy continues to influence artists across genres, his narratives a powerful reminder of the realities of street life and the transformative power of music. Ice Cube.
Get me on the court and I'm
Ice Cube, born O'Shea Jackson, is a seminal figure in the world of hip-hop, known for his sharp lyrical prowess and his transition from one of the pioneers of gangsta rap to a mainstream entertainment icon. Growing up in South Central LA, Ice Cube was exposed to the harsh realities of gang culture and racial tensions from a young age. This environment played a crucial role in shaping his worldview and artistic voice. His early lyrics reflected the anger, frustration, and aspirations of African-American youth in the inner cities, resonating with raw and unfiltered honesty. Ice Cube's rise to prominence began with his involvement in NWA, the group that would catapult gangsta rap into the national consciousness. Their debut album, Straight Outta Compton, released in 1988, was groundbreaking, not just for its explicit content, but for its unapologetic portrayal of life in the hood. Ice Cube's contributions as a songwriter and performer were central to the album's success, his narratives painting a vivid picture of the struggles faced by those living in marginalized communities. Songs like F the Police and Gangsta Gangsta were anthems of rebellion and social commentary, challenging the status quo and giving a voice to the voiceless. Ice Cube's ability to articulate the complexities of street life, combined with his hard-hitting delivery, made him a revered figure in the hip-hop community. However, Ice Cube's departure from NWA and subsequent solo career were marked by controversies and feuds, reflecting the competitive and often volatile nature of the hip-hop industry. His solo albums, including AmeriKKK's Most Wanted and Death Certificate, continued to explore themes of racial injustice, poverty, and police brutality, solidifying his status as a voice of the streets. Interestingly, Ice Cube's career took a significant turn as he ventured into acting and filmmaking. His transition to the mainstream entertainment industry was a testament to his versatility and entrepreneurial spirit. Films like Boys in the Hood and Friday, which he starred in and co-wrote respectively, were critical and commercial successes, showcasing his ability to translate the narratives of the streets into other forms of media. Despite his success in mainstream entertainment, Ice Cube never lost touch with his roots. His music and films continued to reflect his commitment to addressing social issues and representing the experiences of those in the inner cities, demonstrating the potential for growth and change without losing one's identity. Today, Ice Cube is celebrated not just as a hip-hop icon, but as a cultural influencer, his impact extending far beyond the world of music. Dr. Dre,
Guess who's back?
Dr. Dre, born Andre Romel Young, is a pivotal figure in the hip-hop world, renowned not just as a rapper but as a producer who revolutionized the sound of the genre. Growing up in Compton, California, Dr. Dre was immersed in an environment where gang culture was prevalent. This backdrop, marked by violence and socio-economic struggles, played a significant role in shaping his early life and musical influences. However, it was his fascination with music production and DJing that set him on a path to greatness. Dr. Dre's initial foray into the music world was marked by his work with the world-class Wreckin' Crew, a group known for its electro-hop sound. This experience laid the foundation for his skills as a producer and his understanding of the music industry. However, it was his involvement with NWA that catapulted him into the limelight. With NWA, Dr. Dre helped create a sound that was raw, unapologetic, and reflective of the realities of street life. The group's debut album, Straight Outta Compton, was a cultural phenomenon, with Dre's production playing a crucial role in its success. His ability to blend gritty, hard-hitting beats with storytelling was groundbreaking, giving birth to what would be known as the G-Funk sound. Post-NWA, Dr. Dre's solo career took off with the release of The Chronic in 1992. This album was not just a commercial success, it was a sonic masterpiece that redefined hip-hop. Tracks like Nothing But a G-Thang and Let Me Ride showcased his innovative production style, characterized by deep bass, melodic synths, and laid-back grooves. The album also introduced the world to Snoop Dogg, marking the beginning of a long and fruitful collaboration between the two. Dr. Dre's impact, however, extended beyond his own music. As a producer, he was instrumental in shaping the careers of several prominent artists, including Eminem and 50 Cent. His keen ear for talent and his ability to craft hit records made him one of the most sought-after producers in the industry. Despite his success, Dr. Dre's journey was not without its challenges. His departure from Death Row Records and subsequent legal battles were a testament to the often tumultuous nature of the music industry. However, his resilience and adaptability allowed him to overcome these obstacles and continue to innovate. In the years that followed, Dr. Dre's influence remained profound. His ventures into entrepreneurship, notably with the Beats by Dre headphone line, demonstrated his business acumen and his ability to evolve with the times. His work as a mentor and philanthropist also highlighted his commitment to giving back to the community and nurturing the next generation of artists. Today, Dr. Dre is revered as a legend in the hip-hop world, his contributions shaping the sound and direction of the genre. As we conclude our exploration of the most feared 1990s rappers who were in gangs, it's clear that their stories are more than just tales of music and fame. They are narratives of struggle, resilience, and the transformative power of art. The legacies of Tupac, MC Hammer, Snoop Dogg, Eazy-E, the Notorious B.I.G., Ice Cube, and Dr. Dre extend far beyond their individual careers, influencing not just the world of hip-hop, but the broader cultural landscape. The 1990s was a pivotal decade for hip-hop, a time when the genre exploded into the mainstream consciousness. These rappers were at the forefront of this movement, using their music to give voice to the voiceless and to paint vivid pictures of life in America's inner cities. Their stories, marked by their gang affiliations and the realities of street life, resonated with authenticity and urgency, challenging societal norms and sparking important conversations. Tupac's poetic lyricism and social activism, MC Hammer's crossover appeal and business acumen, Snoop Dogg's laid-back style and authenticity, Eazy-E's entrepreneurial spirit and raw narratives, the Notorious B.I.G.'s storytelling prowess, Ice Cube's evolution from gangsta rapper to mainstream icon, and Dr. Dre's revolutionary production techniques. Each of these artists brought something unique to the table. Together, they helped shape the sound, style, and ethos of hip-hop. Their music was a reflection of the times, addressing themes of poverty, racism, police brutality, and the struggles of urban life. These themes struck a chord with audiences worldwide, transcending racial, geographic, and socio-economic boundaries. The impact of their work was not just musical, it was social and political, contributing to a greater awareness and understanding of the issues facing marginalized communities. The influence of these artists is still felt today, both in the hip-hop industry and in popular culture at large. They paved the way for future generations of artists, setting new standards for storytelling, production, and artistic expression. Their legacies are also evident in the ongoing dialogue about social justice, race relations, and the power of music as a tool for change. As we reflect on the contributions of these iconic figures, it's important to recognize the complexity of their narratives. Their affiliations with gangs, while a part of their identities, do not define their entire stories. Instead, these affiliations provided a lens through which they viewed and experienced the world, influencing their art in profound ways. That's it for this video. See you next time.